Welcome to the very session. My name is Preksha Sharma, your English educator at Unacademy, and I give you all a very warm welcome to this very particular session wherein we are gonna deal with the important 3 marks questions from your book First Flight. I hope that everyone can see me well and everyone can hear me well. The reason being that the questions are going to be important, and I'll be telling you all that how to write the correct answers, how to frame the right answers, how to make sure that you are covering the major points whenever there is a particular question. So you have to just keep all these things in your mind. These things are very, very important. Okay, everyone. So, hi and hello to everybody right in there. Please give me a confirmation in the comment section that I am audible and visible to everyone right in there. Kindly confirm the same in the comment section, everybody, that I am visible and audible to everyone. Hi, Bhumi. Hi, everyone. All right, here we go. Okay, here we are. We have Dipshika. All right, Dipshika. Hi, dear. Hello, everyone. Hey, Shlok. Yeah, of course, I remember you. What happened? You had not been attending the classes. Alrighty, people. Okay. Hi, Priyanka. Hello, dear. Welcome to the very session, everyone. Hi, Shreya. Hi, Prachi. Hello, guys. Welcome to the session. I hope that you guys have been reading the chapters well. You guys have been understanding the things well because, like, more or less now we are moving towards our boards and we need to really be good at everything. Okay, so guys, I want to know one thing from all of you. If you guys have read the chapters well, so are you guys thorough with whatever is there, like whatever has been covered so far? Because the thing is that I want you guys to come up with the doubts. Okay, you can ask me the questions, like whatever session I come up with, you have got an opportunity to connect with me and ask me the doubts. So kindly do that, or you can come in the special classes as well, which are taking place. Okay, today also we have got two special classes. If you have not enrolled for those classes, then go and enroll right away. Okay, I'll be dealing with the important part, so please don't miss it. All right, Shlok, I'll be covering up more or less some chapters would be covered. I'll be taking up the important questions, okay, from those chapters. So you can see that. All right. Oh my God, Shlok, are you fine now? Is it fine? Was it dengue or what? Hi Paras, hello everyone. So I hope that you all can see me well, everybody, and I hope you guys know my name if somebody is new and watching the video for the first time. Let me introduce myself. My name is Preksha Sharma, your English educator, and I've done masters in English from Delhi University. Have been guiding a lot of students for the past few years to be really good in the communication skills and to score good marks in the academics. And I'm pretty sure that you guys are taking the things very seriously. All right, as in both some questions are coming from other books. Many people say that not only NCERT book question. बेटा NCERT book के questions थोड़ी ना आते हैं, उस question के type आते हैं. ठीक है, आपको एग्जैक्ट क्वेश्चन भी आ सकता है, अलग भी आ सकता है. इट्स नॉट अबाउट द क्वेश्चंस आर कमिंग फ्रॉम अदर बुक. फ्रॉम नोवेयर द क्वेश्चंस आर कमिंग. The questions are coming right from your chapter, the NCERT chapter. Of course, n number of questions can be created from the given chapter. So you have to be smart enough, know that you are understanding the chapter well and then you are writing the correct answer. So that is what you need to keep in your mind. And I'm glad that you're fine now. Hi Gopal, a very good afternoon. Okay, hi Prakash Mani. Hello, I am very well. Thank you so much. Alrighty. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. सो 3 मार्क के क्वेश्चंस मैं इसमें करवाऊंगी. मैं आपको बताने वाली हूँ कि हमें क्या क्या चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, कैसे हमें आंसर्स फ्रेम करने होते हैं. जो क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है उसी का आंसर आपको देना होता है. यू आर नॉट सपोज टू राइट एनीथिंग एक्स्ट्रा अपार्ट फ्रॉम what it is actually asking you. Okay, and that is like very, very important. All right, and here we go. Okay, so the very first question on your screen, like, why did the postmaster do, sorry, what did the postmaster do after reading a letter? Could you please tell me the name of the chapter? And I want the correct name of the chapter in the comment section from everyone. Hey, Mariam, a very good afternoon. Archana, a very good afternoon. Janvi, a very good afternoon, everybody. Hey, Yog, hi, dear. Welcome to the very session. तो एवरीवन क्विकली टेल मी व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द चैप्टर. देखो, कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो आप लोगों को हमेशा ध्यान रखनी होती है. मैं एक सेशन पहले भी लेके आई थी जहाँ पे मैंने आप लोगों को ये बताया था कि कौन कौन सी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ें हैं जिनका ध्यान आपको वाकई में रखना होता है. लाइक दैट इज लाइक वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अ लेटर टू गॉड, वेरी गुड. अ लेटर फ्रॉम गॉड नहीं है बेटा. जानवी, ध्यान से, अ लेटर टू गॉड है. प्लीज़ मेक श्योर कि आप लोगों को ये बातें अच्छे से क्लियर हो जानी चाहिए अभी तक. और किसने लिखा है ये चैप्टर? हु इज द राइटर ऑफ द चैप्टर? टेल मी द राइटर ऑफ द चैप्टर. Who has written the chapter? Who is the writer of the chapter? Hi Vittal, hi dear, welcome to the very session. Craziness, I think you are not really interested in the class, or maybe you are interested in the class. Okay, GL Fluentus. Is it GL Fluentus? Is it GL Fluentus? What is the right answer, everybody? बेटा देखो, आई एम लिटरली टेलिंग दिस टू ऑल ऑफ यू. मैं अभी बता रही हूँ, बाद में बोर्ड्स में आपके इन चीज़ों के मार्क्स आपके कटते हैं, आपको पता भी नहीं चलता. आपके हिसाब से आपने पेपर अच्छा कर दिया था, लेकिन पता नहीं मार्क्स मैम कम क्यों आ गए हैं, क्योंकि आप बहुत सिली मिस्टेक्स करते हो. सिली मिस्टेक्स नहीं करनी है हमको. हमको सिली मिस्टेक्स को अवॉइड करना है. एंड लाइक अवॉइडिंग इट इज़ रियली एन आर्ट. यू नीड टू लर्न इट. Okay, you need to really learn it. GL Fuentes. Okay, craziness. Got that, dear. ठीक है. सो आप देखो, पहले ये क्वेश्चन का हम क्या चीज ध्यान में देते हैं? टेंस. क्वेश्चन का जो टेंस है, यानी कि अगर क्वेश्चन प्रेजेंट टेंस में पूछा गया है, या पास्ट टेंस में पूछा गया है, या फ्यूचर टेंस में पूछा गया है, तो आप उसका सेम आंसर लिखोगे. द पोस्ट मास्टर laughed heartedly when he read the Lencho's letter, but after he became serious and wanted to help him because he did not want his faith. Okay, very good. All right, wholeheartedly. राइट गाइज, यू कैन ऑलवेज गिव योर आंसर्स. ठीक है. टेंस आपका कंसिस्टेंट रहना चाहिए, ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट आई एम टेलिंग यू ऑल. ठीक है. इसके मार्क्स कटते हैं. मैंने खुद बच्चों के ऐसे आंसर्स देखे हैं जहाँ पे टीचर्स ने मार्क्स काट रखे हैं, क्योंकि टेंस कंसिस्टेंटली यूज नहीं हुआ है. अगर आप प्रेजेंट में बात कर रहे हो तो प्रेजेंट में ही बात करो, पास्ट में मत घुस जाया करो. अनलेस एंड अनटिल, हम पास्ट में कब लिख सकते हैं? जब वो जो इन्फॉर्मेशन, जिस इन्फॉर्मेशन की हम बात कर रहे हैं, अगर वो इन्फॉर्मेशन ही ऑलरेडी पास्ट में दे रखी है आपके क्वेश्चन में, तो आप उसको पास्ट में लिख सकते हो. ठीक है. सो टेंस आप कंसिस्टेंट रखो. टेंस कंसिस्टेंट रहना चाहिए. दूसरी बात, आपकी स्पेलिंग्स बिल्कुल ठीक होनी चाहिए. स्पेलिंग्स के मार्क्स टीचर 100% काटेगी. वोकैबुलरी आप कॉन्टेक्चुअल यूज करो, यानी कि जो आपके बुक में यूज हुई है. इसलिए आई कीप ऑन स्ट्रेसिंग, बार बार आई कीप ऑन सेइंग दिस अगेन एंड अगेन टू एवरीबडी. प्लीज मेक श्योर कि चैप्टर पढ़ रहे हो. मैं ऐसे नहीं बोलती हूँ फालतू में. ठीक है. आई ऑलवेज मेक श्योर दैट यू गाइज आर डूइंग इट. दैट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट. हे मंजू, हाई डियर. श्लोक, व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज, हाय योग, हेलो, हाय मंजू. देखो, श्लोक मैं ये कह रही हूँ, जैसे टेंस है, व्हाट डिड द पोस्ट मास्टर डू आफ्टर रीडिंग अ लेटर? यू नो, डिड प्लस डू. ठीक है. सिंपल पास्ट टेंस यूज हुआ है ना. डिड प्लस डू आया तो सिंपल पास्ट टेंस आ गया ना यहाँ पे. ऑल्सो प्लीज मेक श्योर, आपको ये पता है डिड के साथ हमेशा रूट फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब आता है. ठीक है. आप हमेशा रूट फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब आता है, यही ध्यान रखो. येस भूमि, वी हैव गॉट अ क्लास, अ स्पेशल क्लास एट 6:30 and the next one is at 9 p.m. today. Two special classes are there. The classes are already scheduled, so you better go and enroll. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. सो डिड के साथ आपने देखा कि डू आता है. ठीक है. आई मीन डू आया तो सिंपल पास्ट है. तो जो भी टेंस है क्वेश्चन का, आप सेम टेंस में आंसर लिखोगे. ठीक है. नाउ दिस इज नॉट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके. नाउ दिस इज, आई मीन दिस इज नॉट समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आपने जैसे अगर सिंपल पास्ट में दे रखा है तो आप सिंपल पास्ट में लिखो. नहीं, जरूरत नहीं है. आप बस पास्ट मेंटेन करो. ठीक है. वो जरूरत है. ऑल राइट. तीसरी चीज बेटा, वर्ड लिमिट का ध्यान जरूर से देना है. इंग्लिश में व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ गिविंग द वर्ड लिमिट टू द स्टूडेंट्स? बिकॉज वी नो दैट इंग्लिश लाइक राइटिंग, इट्स अ लैंग्वेज. आप लैंग्वेज में कितना भी लिख सकते हो अननेसेसरीली. So we don't want that unnecessary thing to happen again and again. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, that is futile. So if you want that to make sense, आपको हमेशा word limit में intact रहना पड़ेगा. It's like important. कोई question पूछा जा रहा है किसी tense में, तो उसको उसी tense में answer दो. Alright, that is important. Keep it in your mind. Okay. So now here we see the postmaster laughed. This is what you need to remember. Okay. The postmaster laughed when he read the Lencho's letter, but soon he became serious. अब verb देखो यहाँ पे, मैं verb बिल्कुल maintain कर रही हूँ. ठीक है. Soon he became serious and was moved by the writer's faith in God. He did not want to shake Lencho's faith, so he decided to collect money and send it to Lencho on behalf of God. A 3-mark question. All right, we are done with it. And this is one of the important questions from your chapter, A Letter to God. और ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक होता है जैसे पास. हाँ बेटा, वही वही श्लोक बेटा, वही ध्यान देने वाली चीज है. मार्क्स वहीं करते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स यू नो द स्टोरी, ऑफ कोर्स यू नो कि क्या लिखना है, बट व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग दैट देयर इन यू आर मिस्टेकन. तो उसको मिस्टेक को किल करने के लिए व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज दैट यू हैव टू बी वेरी श्योर ऑफ द फैक्ट कि आप सही चीजें लिख रहे हो, ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Okay, I mean get into the practice of writing, that'll be like very very helpful for everyone right in there. Irony is very important. Okay, ironical तो है ही chapter, वो तो important है. Yes Krishna, this is the first question that we are doing. Hi Sahil, a very good afternoon. Okay, सबको समझ में आ गया ये question? This is how you're gonna write it. अब आप देखो, मैंने इसमें to the point लिखा. The postmaster laughed when he read Lencho's letter, but soon he became serious and was moved by a writer's faith in God. अब मैंने ये जो points सारे mention किए ना, this is what I've written for you guys. Now one important point that I would like to make, आप quote भी कर सकते हो, ठीक है. जैसे यहाँ पे जब उसने बोला ना, लाइक आई हैव रिटर्न ही वाज मूव्ड बाय द राइटर्स फेथ इन गॉड, यू कुड हैव रिटर्न हियर दैट ही सेड दैट आई विश आई हैड द फेथ ऑफ द स्पीकर. लेकिन आप जो भी कोट कर रहे हो, ध्यान देना कि एग्जैक्टली करो, और उसको आप डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमर्स में लिखो अगर वो किसी के डायरेक्ट वर्ड्स हैं. लेकिन अगर वो एक सिंपल स्टेटमेंट है आपके चैप्टर से, उसको आप सिंगल इन्वर्टेड कॉमा में लिखो. Please make sure that you're directly quoting the exact words. The exact words really matter. All right. No, Priyanka, it is not हमेशा वाली चीज बेटा. Direct questions नहीं आते हैं. The thing is that maybe in a long answer question you are being asked about it. ठीक है, वहां पे आपको justify करना होता है. Therein you'll have to do it. So वहां के लिए you should be prepared well. That is what I mean. मैम इन माई एग्जाम लिटरेचर क्वेश्चन आज फॉर 25 मार्क्स एंड आई गेट 20. वेरी गुड श्लोक, आपने ज़रूर थोड़ा बहुत ही अपना राइटिंग में मिस किया है. आई मीन ग्रामेटिकल एस्पेक्ट्स होंगे, अदरवाइज यू कुड हैव स्कोर्ड 25 ऑन 25. ए राहुल, ठीक है, सबको समझ में आया ये बात? लाइक दिस इज हाउ यू शुड गो अहेड विद द क्वेश्चंस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, डिड लेंचो ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट हु हैड सेंट मनी टू हिम? वाई और वाई नॉट, ये क्वेश्चन 3 मार्क का. उसके साथ ये भी जोड़ा जा सकता है, व्हाट डज ऑल राइट दिस शो अबाउट लेंचो. ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन है विच इज बेसिकली लाइक टॉकिंग अबाउट, लाइक इट इज समथिंग सब्जेक्टिव. हमने ये देखा that Lencho was a very naive person. He was a very innocent person. He did not think otherwise at all. For him, he was so sorry. For him, it was like a complete sure thing that he would be what? That he would be getting money from God because God is going to help him. All right, is that clear, everyone? Okay, okay, Shlok, I get that. Okay, you have got a pre-board on 31st of what? 31st of October? Really? Is it 31st of October? Oh my God. Okay. All right. Oh my God. This is so early. All right. Okay. Anyway, I hope that you're prepared well. Alrighty. तो यहाँ पे देखो आपका फिर से पास्ट में आया है. सबसे पहले ना टेंस ही देख लिया करो, समझ आ जाता है आप लोगों को कि मुझे कौन से टेंस में आंसर लिखना है. और जब भी आपका क्वेश्चन, ध्यान से सुनो मेरी बात, whenever your questions are being divided into 2 parts or maybe divided into 3 parts, please make sure in your examination that you are answering to all the parts that are being asked. At times, what do the students do? Like they forget that there is another part of the question as well and they lose their marks. So please cross check every time when you are writing it. Also, one more important thing, everybody, when you're writing an answer, now kindly make sure you're keeping it really neat and clean by not like just erasing it or cutting it or doing a lot of like messiness therein, because that really irritates the teacher. Okay, and we don't like to be irritated because the marks depend upon how well you are presenting it. Okay, is that clear, everyone? Am I clear on this? So yeah, the question craziness says that no, Lencho did not try to find out who had sent the letter to him because Lencho had complete faith on God. Okay, all right, that is right. Okay. So Lencho did not try to find out who had sent the money to him because he never suspected, or you can use the other word in place of this, doubted. ठीक है, आप हमेशा डिफरेंट वर्ड्स का यूज कर सकते हो, लाइक सस्पेक्टेड और डाउटेड द प्रेजेंस ऑफ गॉड एंड हैड कंप्लीट फेथ इन गॉड. He could not believe that it could be anybody else other than him who would send him the money. His faith in God was so strong that he believed that he had sent money to him to help, for his help in his problem. And what does this show about Lencho? अगर मैं आपसे ये question पूछूं. All right. विठल बेटा, बेसिकली अ टेप, ओके फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, एंड एमसीक्यूज तो आपके एग्जाम में नहीं आ रहे हैं। हाँ हाँ मिलते हैं जानवी, डेफिनेटली। देखो हैंड राइटिंग के तो नहीं मिलते हैं, ऑलराइट, हैंड राइटिंग इट इज मोर अबाउट द नीटनेस। ठीक है, उसके लिए कोई एक ऐसा सीबीएसई ने स्पेशल आपका मार्क एलोकेट नहीं किया है, लाइक सीबीएसई इज नॉट आस्किंग कि हाँ हमें इस चीज के मार्क्स देने हैं, बट ऑफ कोर्स द मोर क्लियर, द मोर नीटली यू आर राइटिंग इट, द टीचर वुड जस्ट कीप ऑन गिविंग you the marks, because it really does matter. Presentation of everything does matter. If you go to a restaurant, if they are gonna give you, for example, you ordered continental food, they're gonna just like give it to you just like that without any proper bowl. For example, the syrup thing is being served to you in a plate. All right, you will not like that. You'll be like, how am I supposed to eat it? This is just like going out of my plate, right? So the presentation always matters. Okay, it does matter. All right, is that clear, everyone? Don't be worried, Bhumi. There is no need to be worried. I'm sure you're gonna do good because you have always been attending the classes well and all your answers always come correct. Akash, we are coming to that. All right. Lencho was an innocent and had complete faith. Okay. Priyanka, a reference book for literature practice right now from the examination point of view, you can go with either Arihant or Oswal, or you can even try Educart. Okay, Educart भी आप ले सकते हो. ठीक है, yep. So ये क्या बताता है हमें? This shows very good that Lencho was very innocent, all right, and he was so naive, and his faith was too much in God and 0% in humanity. ये बताता है ये, ठीक है. Now how did Lencho's prediction about rain come true? Okay, यहाँ पे आपने देखा did है, simple past use किया है, ठीक है. मतलब prediction क्या होता है? Prediction is like foretelling. ओके, फोरकास्ट करना बेसिकली, लाइक फोरकास्ट बेसिकली दैट इज फोरटेलिंग. मतलब आप पहले ही कुछ बता रहे हो, दैट इज व्हाट द प्रिडिक्शन इज. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर टू एवरीवन? राइट. सो यहाँ पे हैड लुक्ड हो गया, विच इज व्हाट, विच इज योर पास्ट परफेक्ट मैंने यूज कर लिया, विच इज ओके, जैसे मैंने आपको समझाया. So you can use the type, I mean the same type of, category, that is past category, but you cannot go ahead with using either present or future unless and until the information given in your book related to the particular question is very much in present itself. Okay, is that clear? Definitely do let me know, okay, once you're done with your examination, like how was it? Okay. All right, Priyanka. So Lenjo had looked towards the northeast and remarked that they would get some water. His prediction came true when it started raining in the evening. Now I have a question right in here to all of you. Okay, how do I like? How come I've written here in the evening? मुझे कैसे पता चला कि बारिश शाम को ही हो रही थी? Hey Dhruv, hello. Hi. How do I come to know that the rain started in the evening? Like, how do I get that? Tell this to me. How do I get that? I'm waiting for an answer and I'm just looking for it. Yes, guys. Okay. The question, Lencho did not bother exploring the other means to resolve his situation, but just turned to God. Do you feel that his approach was justified by not? All right. So, see, guys, this is a very good question which is being asked by the craziness. Wherein the question, please, I'm reading the question loud for all of you. It says, everybody listen to me very carefully. It says, Lencho did not bother exploring any other means to resolve his situation, but just turned to God. Do you feel that his approach was justified? Why? Why not? Okay. Come on, quickly tell me, everybody. Yes, by the cloud supper. ठीक है, क्योंकि because the women had called in the kids for supper. All right, and crops and finally get raining. Yeah, Shlok, that is right. Yes, everyone, try and give the answer to the question asked by the craziness. And the craziness, you also give me the answer for the question. Okay, tell me. ये क्वेश्चन बेसिकली बेटा ये बता रहा है कि लेंचो ने ना कोशिश ही नहीं की थी कोई और तरीका ढूंढने का, ठीक है, जिससे कि वो अपनी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर सके. रिजॉल्विंग इज लाइक कि अपनी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर सके, लेकिन वो सीधा भगवान की ओर मुड़ गया. तो आपको क्या लगता है, उसकी ये अप्रोच सही थी, हाँ या ना? ऑल राइट, यू हैव टू गिव एन आंसर, और जो भी आप आंसर दोगे हाँ या ना, आपको उसे जस्टिफाई करना है. क्या आंसर देंगे हम? येस और नो, येस और नो में आंसर दो ना. डू यू थिंक उसकी अप्रोच ठीक थी? डू यू थिंक उसका अप्रोच ठीक था एवरीबडी? Okay, no, all right, I have problems on this question. Okay, because he had a great craziness. आप मुझे ये बताओ कि आपको क्या लगता है उसकी अप्रोच ठीक थी या नहीं? चलो, let's talk about this. Yes or no? What do you think? Like, was he right कि वो he directly moved to the God, or was he wrong? What is the thing? No, okay, no, because he could try on his end, right? No. हाँ, तो वही आंसर है. ठीक है, the correct answer is no. He was not right in directly moving towards the God, but आपको ये बट लगाना है अपने आंसर में, जहां पे आप ये बोलोगे बट लेंचो वॉज अ वेरी सिंपल मैन, ही वॉज अ फार्मर, he had no friends as is mentioned in the chapter. That is why he turned to God. But he could have definitely tried connecting with the people in his neighborhood, or maybe just a little far from his own village or from his own area. All right. The way he directly moved to the God was not the rational or the justified approach, because God obviously helps everyone, but he needed something in a tangible manner, in a physical form. And that could have been retained from someone who could have worked as basically a mediator sent via God. So his approach was not at all right. It was completely impractical. It was irrational. All right, and he could have definitely asked somebody for the help. But जरूर लगाओगे आप. But he was a very innocent and a naive person who had no hope in humanity, and he didn't believe in humanity. This made him turn towards God, which again proved to be a little irrational decision. Not believing in humanity doesn't mean that you could not ask for help to anyone. Okay, that is what you have to go ahead with. समझ आया क्रेजीनेस? और आपको उसको थोड़ा इलैबोरेट करना है बस. थोड़ी सेंटेंस देखो, उसने खुद इस चैप्टर में बोला है that he had no friends and he had no hope, like he had no hope to get help from anyone, which is a cut clear indication that he had no relatives, he had no friends. Okay, yeah, he was innocent. Is that clear? Okay, चलिए आगे अब. Next question. Why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? What does this reflect upon the life of a farmer? इससे हमें क्या पता चलता है? What does this reflect upon the life of a farmer? When he said no, that the raindrops were like new coins. तो उसने क्यों बोला था? Why did he say like this? It's a very important question. Okay, because it talks about like one of the very important aspects, and that is the life of farmers depend upon their fields. Okay, their fields can make them rich, or their fields not rich exactly, but yeah, their field is a source of bread and butter for them. And if it is destroyed, then they do not really have anything to eat, because their entire like the entire year of having food depends upon their good crops. Okay, so good harvest means good worth. Very good. So Lencho said that the raindrops were like new coins. It was because the raindrops could cause a good harvest that his field needed most. Thus he would get a rich crop. Further, the raindrops had a brightness like new coins. Okay, that is what it means. So now those coins, as in like when the raindrops were falling, all right, it could have yielded the good crops, and when he would have sold it, he would have got good money for it. So good crop means good worth, as is mentioned by Shlok. But since and new coins and the big raindrops, like if this question comes, they were being compared to your 10 cents, and the smaller ones were being compared to the 5 cents. Okay, and the hailstone, like the hailstones were being compared to the frozen pearls, the silver coins, because of its color. Keep it in your life. Yep, that is absolutely correct. Okay, more about farmer. Shlok, this is really a common sense kind of thing. Okay, we read it, we see it. This is what we learn, right? I'm sure you are also aware of it. Okay, because farmers, they totally depend upon their field. That is what their life is dependent upon. Okay, if they are unka, I mean, we see this news a lot many times. If there is a lot of rain, the fields get destroyed, और फिर किसानों को उनका क्या कहते हैं खाना नहीं मिलता है, किसानों को कुछ वो बेच नहीं पाते हैं मार्केट में जाके, सारी फसलें खराब हो जाती हैं. So of course it affects. Okay. All right. Lenjo compared the raindrops were like new ones because the raindrops help him to grow in harvesting. Yep, that's right. Okay, that's right. Now, what were Lencho's feelings when the hail stopped? Okay, so Lencho की क्या feelings थी जब hail रुक गया था? When the hail stopped, Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. यानी वो पूरा दुखी हो गया था, उसका पूरा मन दुख से भर गया था. He was very much troubled. वो बहुत ज़्यादा दुखी था. His corn, all right, was totally destroyed, and he said, "The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn. We will go hungry." अब आप देखो, मैंने इसको ना ऐसे लिखा है डबल कोट्स में. क्यों? क्योंकि दीज आर दी डायरेक्ट वर्ड्स ऑफ द स्पीकर. ये आंसर काफी है आपके 3 मार्क के क्वेश्चन के लिए. आपको इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं लिखना है क्योंकि क्वेश्चन की डिमांड इससे ऊपर कुछ है ही नहीं. ठीक है, आपको सिर्फ ये नहीं लिखना होता कि ये तो मेरा 4 लाइन में ही आ रहा है, कम से कम 7-8 लाइन में तो आना चाहिए. नहीं, डोंट डू दैट. ठीक है, आप मुझे सिर्फ उतना ही सप्लाई करो जितना मैं आपसे डिमांड कर रही हूँ. किसी शॉप पे जाके अगर आप कह रहे हो आई नीड 1 kg ऑफ राइस, the shopkeeper is going to give you 1 kg of rice. He will not pack 2.5 kgs of rice. Okay, so we always supply what is needed. So you need to supply the answer according to the demand of the question. Nothing more should be returned. Keep it in your mind straightforwardly. A very important point I'm making here. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर? हाँ जानवी बेटा, पंक्चुएशन, सॉरी मैंने मेंशन करना भूल गई मैं ये बात. आपको पंक्चुएशन बहुत मैटर करता है. आप कहाँ पे कमा लगा रहे हो, कहाँ पे फुल स्टॉप लगा रहे हो, कहाँ कोलन लगा रहे हो. कहीं कहीं बच्चे ना कोलन की जगह सेमी कोलन की जगह कोलन लगा देते हैं. सो वहां पे आप गलत कर देते हो. सो इट डज मैटर. ठीक है, सी दीज आर वेरी ट्रिवियल थिंग्स. बहुत छोटी छोटी चीजें होती हैं. ऑल राइट, विच यू विल गेट एन आइडिया फॉर इन अ बेटर मैनर वंस यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग. लिखोगे तभी समझोगे. बच्चों को ऐसा लगता है ना आप लोगों को, मैंने स्टोरी पढ़ ली, मैंने आंसर्स लर्न कर लिया, अब मैं लिख लूंगा ना. दैट डजंट हैपन लाइक दैट. अनलेस यू आर नॉट राइटिंग, इट डजंट बिकम दैट इजी. एंड फॉर मेकिंग इट इजी, you really need to work at it. Okay, is that clear? When the hail stopped, Lencho's soul was filled with grievedness. No, there is nothing grieviness नहीं लिखोगे आप. अगर आप कोट कर रहे हो, मैंने ये बोला है हमेशा कॉन्टेक्चुअल रखा करो. जो वर्ड्स आपके बुक में दे रखे हैं, अगर वही वाले वर्ड्स आप अपने आंसर्स में यूज करोगे, obviously it will give an imprint to the teacher's mind that the kid has actually read the chapter. Okay, and that is automatically working with the psyche of a teacher, that she will consider your answer to be worth to be given 2 on 2 or 3 on 3. Okay, it's very important. So keep it that way. Yeah, Shlok, this year we would not left anything. Exact copy karo. Copy kar rahe ho, quote kar rahe ho, exact copy and quote it. Okay, it really does matter. It does matter. Okay, so keep this in your mind. Okay, people, now let's get going. Next question. What was Lencho's pride and possession? Okay, Lencho का pride और possession क्या था? Lencho lived in the solitary house on the crest of a low hill in the valley. ठीक है, मैंने देखो यहाँ पे crest लिखा. If I wanted, I would have written that he lived on the top of a hill. No. Try to use some words, okay? The more contextual vocabulary you're using, your answer is becoming really good and presentable. So Lencho lived in the solitary house on the crest of a low hill in the valley. From here, he could survey and see the river and his pride, the field of ripe corn dotted with flowers. These always promised a good harvest. Their only wish was a downpour, and Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, this is a word which is being written in your book, and I have taken that directly. Intimately matlab closely, predicted rain. And his prediction turned true when it started raining during dinner. He went out to feel the rain and surveyed with satisfaction his crop draped in a curtain of rain. Alright, so जो आपकी बुक में लिखा गया है वर्ड वो दिया है regarded. He regarded the field. So that means that he surveyed with satisfaction. As in उसने देखा चारों तरफ और वो उसको एक बहुत सांत्वना फील हुई, उसको एक satisfaction फील हुई. His crop draped in a curtain of rain. He regarded raindrops as a new silver coin. तो वो उसका प्राइड था, गुरूर था वो उसका, ठीक है, और उसका पोजेशन था, गर्व था उसे अपने फील्ड्स पर. Okay, that is what we mean here. Am I clear on everything, guys? Got that well? Yes, guys, got that well, everybody. I have a question. Explain, how do you agree that one's positivity can bring in a spark of brightness even in adverse circumstances? Yeah, if the question is related to this chapter, then of course the question is very right in telling us that we see Lencho, he was a very optimistic person. He was not pessimistic at all. All right, he was a person who had strong faith in God, and strong faith in God can move mountains. This is what is believed. All right, so he was so filled with positivity, and his family was so filled with positivity that they had blind and unwavering faith in God. And due to this, all right, there was a spark of brightness in the adverse circumstance. That means that there was one ray of hope in the situation when everything was being destroyed and lost. He had no hope in his friend, sorry, he had no hope in humanity. The only hope that was being left in the life of the family members and him is that help from God. So that was so strong that ultimately the Almighty had helped them, but in a very indirect manner, that is via the medium of the postmaster and the post office employees. Okay, they acted as the mediators, all right, they acted as the puppets of God who helped him. Though it was not the complete help, but it was more than half help, and that really matters a lot. So when they had nothing, when the thing that they had, when they possessed nothing, that means complete zero, it turned into at least 70 pesos, if not 100 pesos. So that was a spark of brightness when everything appeared so dark, diminished, and destroyed. Okay, is it correct? Sorry, is it understandable? Craziness, did you get that? Possession होता है like to like belongingness, like कुछ होना आपके पास. Okay, that is possession. Is that clear? Yeah, craziness. That is why I've given you the answer. I hope that's clear to you. Yep, Sunita, because वो एक पेज तो मांगता ही है बेटा. आप फॉर्मेट ऊपर डेट लिखते हो, फिर एक लाइन छोड़ते हो, सॉरी आप एड्रेस लिखते हो, फिर एक लाइन, फिर डेट, फिर एक लाइन छोड़ते हो, फिर आप एड्रेस लिखते हो, उसके बाद आप एक लाइन छोड़ के सैल्यूटेशन लिखते हो, फिर आप पूरा बॉडी लिखते हो, वो 3 पैराग्राफ्स आ जाते हैं, अल्टीमेटली कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री क्लोजिंग आ जाता है. सो ऑफ कोर्स एक पेज तो लग ही जाता है. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर? नैन्सी बेटा देखो, क्वेश्चन ये बोल रहा है कि आप ये कैसे अग्री करते हो कि एक इंसान की पॉजिटिविटी एक ना चमक ला सकती है उसकी जिंदगी में, इवन जब उसकी सिचुएशन बहुत खराब हो. एडवर्स इज लाइक वेरी बैड सिचुएशन. तो जब ऐसा होता है ना कि कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि लाइफ में बहुत ज़्यादा डार्कनेस हो चुकी है, मतलब किसी को अपने बिज़नेस में नुकसान हो रहा है, किसी को जॉब में नुकसान हो रहा है, किसी की हेल्थ खराब हो रही है, किसी की फैमिली मेंबर्स की हेल्थ खराब हो रही है। तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि सब कुछ खराब हो रहा है। सो उस सिचुएशन में जो आप एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड रखते हो ना, एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा जो ऑप्टिमिस्टिक कि सब ठीक हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी, मैं मैनेज कर रही हूँ। तो वो पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड, इतना पॉजिटिव, आपकी पॉजिटिविटी आपके दिमाग में इतनी भर जाती है कि जो परेशानी सामने खड़ी होती है ना, वो आपको अब छोटी लगने लग जाती है, और किसी भी तरीके से, किसी भी मीडियम से, कहीं ना कहीं से आपके पास हेल्प आ ही जाती है. तो वो ये एक्चुअल में फैक्ट है. द वे यू बिलीव इट हैपेंस. आप जितना नेगेटिव नेगेटिव नेगेटिव, आप ऐसे सोचो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल समबडी इज वर्किंग इन द किचन, ठीक है, और आपने क्या किया, सुबह आपको ब्रेकफास्ट बनाना था, आपसे एक जार टूट गया, आपने जूस रखा था एक जार में, जार टूट गया. उसके बाद ये लाइक ये गेस्ट आने वाले हैं, मेरे को आलू के परांठे बनाने हैं, फिर आपने आलू चढ़ाए, ठीक है, बट यू केम टू नो कि अभी मेरा गैस सिलेंडर खत्म हो गया, ठीक है, अनलेस आईजीएल है आपके पास, पाइपलाइन वाला गैस. और अगर आपको ये पता चले कि चलो ये तो खत्म हो गया, तो मैं ना कुछ और बना लेती हूँ, तो आई कुक राइस, तो यू आर लाइक ठीक है राइस बना लूंगी, आपने गैस को बता दिया राइस बन रहे हैं, आप देखने गए राइस खत्म है, ठीक है. तो ये ऐसा नेगेटिव इतना हो जाता है पूरा दिन में कि आपको शाम तक इतना नेगेटिव मूड हो गया, आपको लगता है अब तो डिनर में भी कुछ पक्का खराब हो गई. इंस्टेड फिर आपके दिमाग में ये चल रहा होता है ना कि खराब होगा तो खराब होगा, लेकिन आप पॉजिटिव रहोगे ना कि सुबह से तो इतना हो गया, छोड़ो अब जो हुआ हो गया, अब तो सब बेटर ही होने वाला, अच्छा होने वाला, तो अच्छा ही हो गया। सो आपकी साइकी के हिसाब से भी आपको सराउंडिंग वर्क करता है, इट्स अ फैक्ट। ठीक है, इज दैट क्लियर? सबको समझ में आ गया? श्लोक बेटा वो हम करवाएंगे राइटिंग सेक्शन में। और आयरनी इस चैप्टर में ये है दैट आयरनी इन दिस पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर इज दिस दैट like the people who actually helped Lencho were being called as a bunch of crooks. However, he was being helped anonymously. They didn't even reveal their names. So he would have never come to know about it. Neither he would have tried looking for it, because he was a very simple person who could have thought otherwise. Alright, he was just a firm believer in God. Alrighty, is that clear? Okay. No, Sunita, you can extend it to the second page. That is okay. That is fine. Alright, here we go. How to start this question when we write? Okay, so beta, आपको क्या करना है? कि when you're going to start this question, so this is you are going to start this question that this is absolutely correct that one's positivity can bring in a spark of brightness even in the adverse circumstances, because positivity always helps in blooming, positivity always helps in creating a bright aura, and this is what has been correctly proven in the very chapter or letter to God, where a farmer Lencho was very happy that it was about to rain, but the rain was being turned into hailstorm, due to which his entire crop was devastated and destroyed. So there was nothing that he had to feed his family for the rest of the year. But in that adverse situation, he finally found a ray of hope which was actually the help from God. He decided to write a letter to God. He did write a letter to God and stating all the reasons. He posted it, and finally he was being helped in the form of 70 pesos, which was basically a spark of brightness in the darkness when there was nothing and zero amount he was being left with. Okay, that is how you go ahead with it. ठीक है, क्लियर हो गया? चलें आगे, चलिए. Now, what idols did Mandela set out for future of South Africa in his speech? What is the name of the chapter? What is the name of the chapter? Janvi, the moral of the story is pretty easy. The moral of the story talks about the fact that even in these situations that appears to be dark, one has to remain optimistic and positive. And along with that, one must also be so very much intelligent to understand the two sides of every situation. Okay, this is really important, understanding the two sides of the situation. If there is something that is happening, then there could be the other thing as well. Lencho was definitely prepared for rain, but he was not prepared for hailstorm. So like being a person, you should always be having something in savings for you, because that really does matter. All right, that is what we come to know via this chapter. Also, Lencho, though he was a very good person by heart, a very kind hearted person by heart, but he was not intelligent and cunning enough to understand that maybe he could have got the help from someone else. And just anonymously and out of nowhere, he regarded the people at the post office to be a bunch of crooks, which was not right at his part. So he had that positive attitude, but he did not have that rational and the practical approach towards a situation. Okay, that is what we see. Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. Okay, absolutely correct. So what idols Mandela ने क्या क्या idols सेट किए थे? बेटा ये वाला जो चैप्टर है ना, utmost important चैप्टर है. पूरे चैप्टर में सिर्फ फैक्ट्स हैं, कुछ भी क्वेश्चन इससे आ सकता है. मैं जितने क्वेश्चंस लेके आई हूँ ये तो इम्पोर्टेंट है ही, इसके अलावा भी और भी क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. You better read that chapter with your heart. Okay, I'm again and again telling this to everybody right in there. If you guys have not read this chapter yet, तो अभी टाइम निकाल लो, शाम को पढ़ लो या रात को पढ़ लो, लेकिन पढ़ लो. हाइलाइटर से मेन पॉइंट सारे हाईलाइट कर लो. आई हैव गिवन यू द वर्ड टू वर्ड एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ दिस एंटायर चैप्टर. प्लीज मेक श्योर कि आप वो वीडियो देख लो अगर आपको लग रहा है कि मैं नहीं पढ़ पा रहा हूँ तो. आई एम सेइंग दिस फॉर योर गुड गाइज. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये चैप्टर ट्रिक कर जाता है, बच्चे ऐसे सोचने लग जाते हैं कि ये क्या क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है, सो यू बेटर अंडरस्टैंड इट, इट रियली डज मैटर. ठीक है कृष्णा, यू आर राइट. सुनीता, ओके. जानवी, यप, या कृष्णा, थैंक यू स्वीटी, थैंक यू सो मच. सो व्हाट आइडल्स डिड मंडेला सेट आउट फॉर द फ्यूचर ऑफ साउथ अफ्रीका इन ए स्पीच? Mandela set out ideals for the future of South Africa because he had deep feelings for his country and countrymen. He pledged to liberate all the people from poverty, deprivation and discrimination. यहाँ पे एक important point आपको बताती हूँ मैं, ध्यान से सुनो. देखो इस क्वेश्चन का जो आंसर है ना वो इतना ही है. Where is it? Yeah. इस क्वेश्चन का जो आंसर है ना वो यही है बस. ठीक है, ये वाली चीज है. दैट ही प्लेज, उसने कसम खाई थी कि वो लोगों को फ्री करेगा. ठीक है, किससे? गरीबी से या फिर किसी चीज की कमी से. डेप्रीवेशन इज कमी एंड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, भेदभाव से. लेकिन मैंने ये वाला पार्ट यहाँ पे क्यों लिखा है, ये वाला पार्ट मैंने क्यों लिखा है? आई हैव रिटर्न दिस पार्ट बिकॉज द क्वेश्चन इज फॉर 3 मार्क. ओके, एंड 3 मार्क का क्वेश्चन में लाइक इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट फॉर एवरी वन टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम हमेशा कॉन्टेक्चुअल आंसर लिख सकते हैं. आई मीन यू कैन राइट कि क्या कॉन्टेक्स्ट है. ठीक है, बट यू कैन नॉट गो बियॉन्ड इट. मतलब कॉन्टेक्स्ट आप समझो कि कॉन्टेक्स्ट जो भी मैं आंसर लिख रही हूँ, क्योंकि 3 मार्क है, मेरे को बोल दिया गया 40 to 50 वर्ड्स या 30 to 40 वर्ड्स की वर्ड लिमिट है. सो आई हैव टू मेंटेन दैट वर्ड लिमिट वेल. नो, ऑल राइट, इज दैट क्लियर? क्रेजीनेस बेटा, क्या समझ में नहीं आ रहा आपको? आर यू नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग? क्रेजीनेस क्या समझ में नहीं आया? श्लोक बेटा 6 मार्क्स के आ रहे हैं पेपर में अब क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है, आपने देखा अपना वो क्या बोलते हैं सैम्पल पेपर. तो आई विल कम अप विद दोस क्वेश्चंस टुमारो. ठीक है, मतलब अब से मैं वही सारे क्वेश्चंस करवाऊंगी. अच्छा, ये चैप्टर समझ में नहीं आ रहा? आपने वीडियो देखी क्रेजीनेस मेरी, जो मैंने आपको बताई है वीडियो? आई मीन आपने वीडियो देखी है मेरी यूट्यूब पर? इफ नॉट देन प्लीज डू इट. ओके, आप उसे देखो ध्यान से, आपको समझ आ जाएगा. तो मंडेला ये वाला जो आप देखो, इसमें मैं आपको ये बताना चाह रही हूँ कि कभी कभी ये होता है कि कुछ क्वेश्चन हमसे पूछे जाते हैं 3 मार्क्स में या 2 मार्क्स में, जिनका आंसर सिर्फ 2 लाइन का होता है, बट आपको वर्ड लिमिट तो मेंटेन करनी होती है. उस केस में आप क्या करते हो? उस केस में यू ऑलवेज डू व्हाट, यू ऑलवेज राइट द आंसर. आई मीन यू ऑलवेज राइट द आंसर रिलेटेड टू द टॉपिक. ठीक है, वहां पे मैंने ऊपर से 3 लाइनें जो लिखी है मैंने उसी से रिलेटेड लिखे है ना, कि उसने ऐसे आइडल सेट किए थे, मतलब उसने आइडल सेट किए थे फ्यूचर के लिए क्योंकि उसको डीप फीलिंग्स थी अपनी कंट्री के लिए और कंट्री मैन के लिए. लेकिन क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है, ये क्वेश्चन ये नहीं पूछ रहा वाई, क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है व्हाट. व्हाट का आंसर मेरा लास्ट 3 लाइन्स में है. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर एवरीवन? ओके, चलो आगे चलते हैं अब हम. व्हाट डिड मंडेला थिंक अबाउट द ऑप्रेसर एंड द ऑप्रेस्ड? ठीक है, दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. All right, a very important question. Revti beta, there is no point of using, like there is nothing called the better vocabulary or just like that vocabulary. No, I have always been suggesting this to everybody right in there. Please make sure that you're using the contextual vocabulary. That means the words that are being used in your book in the given chapter, try to use those words in the answers also. No, that'll be making your answer really worth and presentable. Also, it gives an imprint to the mind of the teacher, whosoever is teaching, the examiner, that you have read the chapter like closely and intimately. Like I can, like the teacher can feel this, that the kid knows it, like what exactly are the correct words that are supposed to be written in an answer. So you better keep yourself very much contextual when you're writing an answer. For that, you need to read the chapter. Okay, that is important. All right, here we go. So what did Mandela think about the oppressor and the oppressed? So Mandela thought about the oppressor and the oppressed, that both are robbed equally. Sorry, a man, it's not male. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. Of course, in the same way, if his freedom is taken away, यानी कि क्या है, एक आदमी जो दूसरे आदमी की क्या कहते हैं इंडिपेंडेंस, उसकी फ्रीडम, उसकी आज़ादी छीनता है, वो क्या हो जाता है, वो एक नफरत के जेल में बंद हो जाता है ना. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू आर नॉट लेटिंग मी गो आउट, इफ यू आर जस्ट ब्रूटली ट्रीटिंग मी, और यू आर जस्ट बीइंग सो वेरी बैड और रूड टू मी, तो आई स्टार्ट हेटिंग यू. तो मेरे लिए तो तुम एक ऐसे कमरे में बंद हो जो बिल्कुल नफरत से भरा हुआ है. ठीक है, बिकॉज आई डोंट लाइक यू, आई हेट यू लाइक दैट. ओके। इस उसी तरीके से इफ इज फ्रीडम इज टेकन अवे, सो अगर मेरी फ्रीडम आप ले लेते हो तो क्या है वो भी क्या कहते हैं, क्या कहते हैं, सॉरी, अगर आप मेरी भी फ्रीडम लेते हो तो मैं तो आपको वैसे पसंद नहीं कर रही हूँ, एंड यू आर ऑलरेडी इन द प्रिजन ऑफ हेट्रेड, सो ऑफ कोर्स यू बोथ आर इक्वली रॉन्ग। तो इस तरीके से दोनों का फ्रीडम चला जाता है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई इट सेज दैट बोथ ऑफ देम मस्ट बी लिबरेटेड। तो उन दोनों को क्या करना चाहिए, डेफिनेटली लिबरेट होना ही चाहिए। Okay, clear everybody? Counting the letters necessary, ma'am. Sorry, I didn't get that. What do you mean? Okay, and we have Sanjeev. How can I do factual passage correctly? Sanjeev, भूमि बेटा मैंने ना वीडियो एक शेयर कर रखी है, आरसी कैसे हमें करना है। मैंने सीबीएसई सैम्पल पेपर ही आप लोगों के साथ शेयर किया था, जब मैंने पूरा एनालिसिस किया था उसमें मैंने आपको बता रखा है कि फैक्चुअल पैसेज कैसे करना है। प्लीज वो जाके देखो आप, ठीक है? ना 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 नैन्सी, इट्स नॉट इन द सिलेबस दिस ईयर। ओके, वर्ड लिमिटेशंस में आंसर लिखना तो बेटा मैंने बताया, टू द पॉइंट लिखो, जो पूछ रहे हैं वही लिखो। ओके, इज दैट क्लियर एवरीवन? चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। हाउ डिड हंगर फॉर फ्रीडम चेंज मंडेलाज लाइफ? ओके, आजादी की भूख ने कैसे मंडेला की जिंदगी को चेंज कर दिया था? इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ हिज लाइफ मंडेला वॉज नॉट अवेयर अबाउट फ्रीडम, ठीक है? अपनी जिंदगी में अपनी जिंदगी में अपनी जिंदगी की स्टार्टिंग में मंडेला बिल्कुल भी मतलब अवेयर नहीं था कि क्या होती है आज़ादी। Later, Mandela find out that his freedom had been taken away from him. बाद में उसे पता चलता है कि उसकी जो फ्रीडम है, यानी कि उसकी जो आज़ादी है, उससे ले ली गई है। All right, is that clear, everybody? Yes, everybody, is that clear? So, as a student, he wanted freedom only for himself, but slowly his own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of his people, and this changed him completely. Is that clear, everyone? Yes, guys. Okay, should I solve one sample paper and give it like in? हाँ, yeah, you should, Bhumi, you should do that. ठीक है? All right. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ करेज टू मंडेला? ठीक है, करेज का मतलब क्या है मंडेला के लिए? तो अकॉर्डिंग टू मंडेला, करेज वाज नॉट एब्सेंस ऑफ फियर बट ट्रायम्फ ओवर इट। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेटमेंट है, प्लीज रिमेंबर इट। ऑल राइट, प्लीज रिमेंबर इट, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग एंड यू शुड कीप दिस इन योर माइंड। Here it is, okay? So what is the meaning of courage to Mandela? All right, so this is not the absence of fear, but it is the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Mandela learned the true meaning of courage from his comrades in the struggle. So, comrades were the people like who were working with him, all right, and just making sure that the entire movement, it would like it achieved its basic goal that they wanted to. Okay, is that clear, everyone? Yeah, triumph over fear. No, Purushottam, we would not have meant it here. We are just doing the questions. Okay, craziness, case-based questions nahi hai beta. Alright, that is not even coming in your examination this year. Okay, so don't be worried about that. Alrighty. Next, everyone, what was unique in the inauguration ceremony? क्या unique था inauguration की ceremony में? The inauguration ceremony took place in the amphitheater formed by the Union buildings in Pretoria. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy. Now it was the oath-taking ceremony day for South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. It was really a unique occasion. That is what you have to keep in your mind. Okay, is that clear, everyone? Right? Now, moving ahead, what did the journals and police officer, what did the journals and police officers do on that day? So the journals and police officers were also there. They were in their uniform. They had ribbons and medals on their chests. They saluted Mandela with great respect. Mandela was the first black president of South Africa, although many years ago they might have arrested him. This is an important question. Could you please tell me, guys, what does this show about those journals and the police officers? What does this show about those journals and the police officers? Like, what is it that we understand? What is it that we understand? Quickly tell me. What do we understand, guys? Okay, change of heart. No, it is not exactly change of heart. It is more like their loyalty to the seat of supremacy. That means their loyalty to the one who's sitting on that seat, irrespective of the fact that whether the person is a black or a white. Okay, clear? Next question. Describe Mandela's life journey from a prisoner to the first black president of South Africa. तो ये एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन है जो आपके 6 मार्क्स में भी आ सकता है और ये 3 मार्क्स में तो चलो आया ही है. Nelson Mandela did a lifelong struggle against the racial discrimination in South Africa. He had to pass many years of his life as a prisoner in the jail. At last, the first democratic elections were held in South Africa. His party won 252 seats out of 400 and he became the first black president of South Africa. That is what you have to understand. Am I clear on this to everyone? Yes, guys, clear? Yes or no, guys? Is this clear, guys? These questions are very important. Please make sure that you all are paying proper attention to the questions and you're understanding कि हम answers को कैसे frame कर रहे हैं. You have to keep the answers coherent. That means पहली line के बाद जो दूसरी line में लिख रहे हो, it should make the sense. I mean, it should directly connect with what we are doing. Okay, it does really matter. Okay, is that clear? चलिए आगे चलते हैं फिर हम. All right, चलो आगे चलते हैं. Good, good, good. Right. Next question. At the beginning of his speech, Mandela mentions an extraordinary human disaster. A very important question. What does he mean by this? What is the glorious human achievement he speaks of at the end? At the beginning of his speech, Mandela mentions an extraordinary human disaster. क्योंकि ये part उनके direct speech का था, इसलिए हम इसको double inverted commas में लिखेंगे. Okay, that is what we are going to write. Okay. Now, it was the policy of apartheid in South Africa. People were the victim of racial discrimination. Now they had achieved freedom. They will never be oppressed. It was the end of the most inhuman system of the government. He calls it a glorious human achievement. All right. Do you all agree? Is that okay? Right, okay, very nice, भूमि. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Why were two national anthems sung? क्यों दो national anthem को गाया गया था? It was an occasion of installing the first democratic non-racial government. ये occasion क्या था कि पहला मतलब इंस्टॉल किया जा रहा है democratic non-racial government को, जो कि फॉर्म हुआ था दोनों के द्वारा, whites और blacks. Both had their different anthems. दोनों के पास different anthems थे उनके. In order to give equal honor and recognition, ठीक है, equal honor और recognition देने के लिए both the national anthems were sung. तो दोनों national anthems को गाया गया था. This is like very important point. Okay, चलिए आगे चलते हैं अब हम. Now the next question. How does Mandela describe the systems of government in his country in the first decade and in the final decade of the 20th century? Okay, so we see All right. So what do we see, everybody? Dekho. Okay. So what do we see, everyone? Can we add to show unity? That is right. Okay, that is absolutely right. You can add this point. Alrighty, here we go. Now, in the first decade of the 20th century, the whites erected a system of racial discrimination against the blacks. They set up, all right. Okay, so they set up the most inhumane system of apartheid where the blacks were denied the fundamental right of freedom. In the last decade of the 20th century, the system was overturned. The policy of apartheid was uprooted, okay, and from the land, and a new non-racial democratic government was installed to ensure equal rights and freedom to all the people of South Africa. Okay, all right. Now, the next question, everybody. How were Seagull's parents helping his brothers and sister for perfecting them in the art of flight? What is the name of the chapter? What is the name of the chapter, everybody? How were Seagull's parents helping his brothers and sister for perfecting them in the art of flight? His first flight, absolutely correct. Okay. That is absolutely right. So the young seagull was afraid of flying, but his two brothers and a sister had started flying. But his parents were teaching them to be perfect in the art of flying. They were teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. Okay, chaliye. Still, they took no notice of him. What did the seagull do to draw the attention of the family? देखो यहाँ पे एक तरीके से ना ये वाले जो क्वेश्चंस हैं they somehow work as the character of seagull. That the seagull was not confident. Okay, there was that fear in his mind and he needed to kill that fear. All right. Okay, he needed to kill that fear. Is that clear, everyone? Alrighty, here we go. So the young seagull, what are we gonna do? The young seagull stepped slowly out to the extreme edge of the ledge. He was standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing. He closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be asleep, and they looked no notice of him. Okay, this is what you are going to write here. All right, and this also talks about his character. That means that he was someone who wanted the attention, who didn't want to do the things on his own out of fear, and he just wanted his parents to help him with food and with some attention. But they were strict and adamant in just making him realize that it was important for him to take his first flight. Okay. Now, but he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. Why did the young seagull utter a joyful scream? The young seagull was desperately hungry, so he screamed with joy when he saw his mother flying across to him with a piece of fish in her beak. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her. Okay, that is what we are seeing here. Is that clear, everybody? Right? Really. Next question. When did the seagull flight begin? Where did it end? The seagull's flight began when he moved to the brink of the ledge. He dived at the fish which was in his mother's beak. His flight ended when, after being tired of his first flight and being weak, he dropped himself on the surface of the sea and floated on it. That's what we are going to talk here about. Alrighty, clear? Chaliye, next everyone. What was his family doing on the plateau when Seagull failed to draw their attention? Okay, क्या कर रहे थे वो लोग? So the two brothers and the sister of the young seagull were half asleep with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was preening the feathers with his beak on his white back, and only his mother, standing on a little mound on the plateau, was looking at him. Okay, a very important point to be kept in your mind. All right, you should remember the things the right weight has been given in your book for your own better understanding of it. ठीक है. Next, everybody, he felt the heat before he had not eaten since the previous night, because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. What did the young seagull do to satisfy his hunger? The seagull was feeling hungry because he could not fly and his family had left him alone for it. To satisfy his hunger, he was forced to eat whatever he found. So he was forced to eat whatever he found. जो भी उसको मिल रहा था, उसको वो खाना था. What did the writer feel inside the clouds? Name the chapter. What is the name of the chapter, everyone? Name the chapter. Chapter का नाम बताओ जल्दी से comment section में, everybody. What is the name of the chapter here, guys? Quickly tell me. I need to know the name of the chapter from everyone right in there. What is it? Yes, guys. Okay, so this is the black aeroplane already. Everyone, pretty nice and correct. Okay, the black aeroplane. Correct. It's the black aeroplane, Krishna. Additional, you're right. It is the black aeroplane. Very good, Ananya. Sakshi beta, the black aeroplane. So when the writer entered the clouds, it became impossible to see outside the aeroplane. The aeroplane jumped and twisted in the air, and all the instruments like compass, etc., stopped working due to the weather conditions. That's what we need to remember. How did the writer get out of the storm in the night to land safely? So the writer was flying his old Dakota aeroplane when he saw the black clouds. He was lost in the storm. Suddenly he saw a black aeroplane by his side which had no lights on its wings. The pilot instructed the writer to follow as he had lost his way. He obeyed him like a child. He was very happy to follow him. And after some time, the pilot of another plane started to land. The rider followed him blindly through the storm and came out of the clouds. He saw the lights of the runway and landed safely. Okay, that is what we need to remember. Anne was not alone in this world. How? Anne was not alone in this world. She had loving parents and a 16-year-old sister. She had a deep intimacy with 30 people. She could call them friends. She had a family, loving aunts, and a sweet home. Okay, that is from the Diary of Anne Prime. This is the name of the chapter that we have in our syllabus, and the Diary of a Young Girl is a book from where this excerpt has been taken. So you better remember that. You better remember this correctly and in the good manner also. All right. Why was Anne in tears when she left the Montessori school? So Anne studied at the Montessori school. She stayed there till she was in the sixth form. She was very much attached to her teacher and had mistress Mrs. Cuperus. At the end of the year, they were both in tears as they bid a heartbreaking farewell. Okay. Next, why did Anne jump with joy? ठीक है, Anne क्यों कूदी थी खुशी से? Anne had already returned 2 essays as punishment. She had exhausted all her views about chatterboxes. When she got a third essay to write, she was at a loss. She wanted something original. Her friend Sen offered it to write it in verse, and Anne jumped with joy. That is the right answer. All right. Now, why was Anne's teacher annoyed with her? How was she able to bring about a change in his attitude towards her? Mr. Keesing, उसके math teacher, was annoyed with Anne because she talked too much. When she did not improve, despite several warnings, he punished her. The punishment was extra homework. She was supposed to write an essay on a chatterbox, then an essay on an incorrigible chatterbox, and finally, quick, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. In her first essay, Anne argued that talking was a student's trait and her mother talked too much. She could not do anything with an inherited trait, यानी कि जो माँ बाप से मिला है. Finally, Anne wrote the third essay in verse form. After reading the poem, Mr. Keesing read it to the class. It was about 3 ducklings bitten to death by their father Sven because they quacked too much. After that, Mr. Keesing never gave her any punishment. Okay? How did Buddha get enlightenment? What is the name of the chapter, everyone? Could you please name the chapter? कौन सा chapter है ये? Everybody? So the summoned Benares, Siddharth Gautam wandered for 7 years and finally sat down under a peepal tree till he got enlightenment. And after 7 days of enlightenment, he renamed the Bodhi tree and began to teach and to share his new understandings and came to known as the Buddha. Okay. Next, why did the Buddha choose Benares to preach his first sermon? The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benares. The city is regarded as the most holy of the dipping places of the river Ganga. That sermon has been preserved. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one kind of suffering which cannot be understood. What did Kisa Gautami do after the Buddha had asked her for a handful of mustard seed? Kisa Gautami went from house to house to get a handful of mustard seed. People gave her the mustard seed, but when she asked if anyone had died in their family, they regretfully told her that the livings were few, but the deaths were many. So Kisa Gautami found no house where someone had not died. All right. Okay. Okay. I get that, Bhumi. And what did the Buddha want to explain to Kisa Gautami? The Buddha wanted to explain to Kisa Gautami that man cannot get peace of mind by grieving. On the contrary, matlab opposite side mein, his pain will be greater and his body will suffer. He will make himself sick and pale. A man who overcomes all sorrows will be free from sorrow and will be blessed. What is the nature of the life of the human beings according to Buddha? Buddha के हिसाब से क्या है nature? So the life of mortals in this world is troubled. ठीक है मतलब यानी परेशानी है इससे भरा है और छोटी है. It is combined with pain, दर्द है. Nobody can avoid dying. कोई भी मरना avoid नहीं कर सकता. After reaching old age मतलब एक old age में पहुंचने के बाद there is death. ठीक है क्या है वहां पे फिर एक death है. Such is the nature of human beings. ऐसा nature है human beings का. Just as ripe fruits are in danger of falling. जैसे कि जो ripe fruits होते हैं वो गिरने के danger में होते हैं वैसे ही mortals danger में होते हैं death के. As all earthen vessels after a certain period जैसे जितने भी मिट्टी के बर्तन होते हैं टाइम के बाद वो टूट जाते हैं वैसे ही क्या कहते हैं mortals की जिंदगी है. All have to die. Only he can get peace of mind who doesn't lament, complain or grieve. He who has overcome sorrow will be free from sorrow and be blessed. What is the nature of the life of the human beings according to Buddha? Okay, we already did that. All right. So, अब ये है describe the pen portrait of a traditional Goa village baker. All right. No worries, Bhumi. So, ये आपको glimpses of India से मिला है. यहाँ पे we know that there is a deep impact of Portuguese culture on Goa life. The baker is a very important part of the culture. They are known as peders in Goa. When author was a child, one could see the traditional baker in the village. He used to be friend of children. He visited the house twice a day. Children arose with the sound of thud and jingle of the bamboo in the morning. They would run to greet him. Children were fond of sweet bread and the bread bangles. The ladies of the house bought the bread and the bakers were professional and it was a family business. So it was a profitable business and most of the bakers were plump. They had their peculiar traditional dress called kapai. Okay, so we are done with the important questions for the day, everybody. You all know that CBSE Class 10 Achiever list was so amazing here at Unacademy. The very last year, remarkable performance was being given by the Unacademy learners in CBSE Class 10 board examinations. 99.8% were the highest score. 412 plus learners secured 90% or more. 100 plus learners secured 95% or more. And 114 plus learners secured 100 marks in different subjects. We have Iconic and Plus. In Iconic, we are providing you all personal guidance, one-on-one guidance from the top exam experts, test analysis, one-on-one guidance from the top exam experts, everybody. All right, study planner, customized study plan with bi-weekly review, study material, specialized notes and practice sets, and experts guidelines. Study booster workshop by exam experts. And plus, you have the live classes, weekly tests, structured courses, and unlimited access. So you can all be a part of this. Guys, we have got compete, battle, and know where you stand. Play one-on-one live question battles and improve your rating live on the Unacademy Android app. We have the master batch wherein we are dealing for the class 9 for all the subjects, wherein we have like 6th October it got started, everybody. The language here used is English, and we have Rashmi ma'am, Lakhan sir, Akash sir, Himal sir, and Shivam sir. Then we have for the class 10, this is the Umang batch, everybody. It got started on 30th September. I am teaching you guys the entire course. The course is going to be continued till your board examination. Everything is being dealt in like a detail, super detail. I'm sharing the PDFs. Okay, I'm sharing with the students. The doubt clearing sessions are there. The quizzes are there. So everything is there. Be a part of it. Use the code PSH10. Be right there. The mode of delivery here is used in English, and the other educators would also be there to guide you all well. So thank you everyone. I hope you all love this session. You can join the special class by downloading the Unacademy app. Okay, therein you have to search my name, Preksha Sharma. Then you have to follow me. Then you will see the scheduled class. You'll have to enroll for it. Once the class starts at 6:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. today, you'll get a notification. So you better be there. No worries, Bhumi. Thank you so much. So guys, do not forget to like the session and definitely share it with your friends. And if you're watching the video for the first time, do not forget to hit the bell button. Take care. Bye-bye.